Hello folks and welcome. Linux Mint 22 Cinnamon. It's been out for a couple of weeks. I've been out for the last week due to some family illness issues, so I have not been responding to messages, and that's going to continue happening on and off until everybody gets healthy. But more importantly, hopefully you are still a subscriber, and if not, subscription key is in the corner, 400 videos and growing. All of my videos are keyword indexed. Today I'm going to talk about custom icon sets and custom mouse pointers. Kind of goofy looking, huh? Yeah, they are. Large to small. And the Mint menu also is totally different. And you'll probably see some new icons. Now, I have a panel that is split. Kind of an oddball looking thing, isn't it? Yes, it is. But more importantly, I'm going to talk about custom icon sets and mouse pointers today. Filming in 1920 by 1080. Adjust your YouTube player accordingly if necessary. Do not recommend watching my videos on mobile devices. The screens, 6-inch screens, are way too small. Subscription key over the time and date area or somewhere near there. 400 videos and growing. Let's talk about settings. So themes. Well, before I do that, you can probably see these icons don't look anything normal because of the theme that I'm using for an icon set. So themes is a general term a lot of people use, whether it's mouse pointer themes, application themes, or icon themes, or even desktop themes. So I'm using Devo, which can be found in your add and remove. If you decide to download that and use it to get this effect, one example would be your extensions. If you use transparent panels, turn it off. You don't have to deinstall it. It's normally found in downloads anyways. And it normally does not come installed. However, if you activate that, you'll get this effect. And you can see that my verbiage for Linux Mint 22 is kind of blocked out, and so is my time and date. It's still there though. So my recommendation is to turn it off. All right, let's go back to themes. We have all kinds of choices, and some are installed and some are not installed. This is not installed by default. This is a manually installed icon set. This mouse pointer called Radioactive is also manually installed, and they are installed in the same location. And I'll show you how to do this. First of all, I'm just going to preference this by saying when you try this out yourself and you don't like it, you can always delete that using your file manager. A lot of things that you download and test out you may not like. Icon sets, maybe they're missing icons and you don't want to manually fix them. Then you can just get rid of the icon set or mouse pointer, whatever it might be. Okay? Again, subscription, I recommend. Why is that? Because this video will be more than 10 minutes. I don't get paid to make videos. I recommend subscription for your benefit. That way you can start watching this video today, stop it, come back tomorrow, the next day, whenever you have time. I try to explain things in a little bit different manner than others. So let me give you some examples of some of the stuff I've already installed. I'm just going to use the file manager for the first example. So this one is called BUUF-NestOrt. Kind of a strange name. And this is what it currently looks like for a menu. I'll show you the website where you can download these. These are non-profit. They come from a non-profit website. These are called candy icons. Also, the menu is different. May not be your cup of tea. You can look at it in a different perspective also if you're doing a dark theme. Or mixing and matching, as one would say. But in either case, I'm still using Devo for desktop. All right, I'm going to switch back to these. And then from Candy, I will find another one called Sweet Rainbow, made by the same developer. Very different stuff. Again, not everybody's cup of tea. I have another one called Wings Lite. It's made for a plasma desktop. But again, your choice of usage. You may not like it. Maybe it's using too many bits and bytes on your system. Whatever the preference is. Maybe it's missing icons. Not all themes are perfect. Not all themes are designed for all desktops either. You can always get rid of these because I can tell you where they're installed and how to install them and how to uninstall them in 2 seconds. Well, maybe 5. I'm going to go back to my goofy icons. Kind of like them. They're kind of cute. You can also see the panel is totally different. Standard icon. Maybe Yarrow. I'll talk about the Linux Mint logo last, if you want to hang around for that. Let's go back to that one. Now let's talk about a folder. So when you click on Themes in your file manager Nemo, it looks for a folder that is not currently being displayed. It's a hidden folder actually. And we view that by clicking Show Hidden or Control H. So if I use Control H, I can see my hidden files and folders. Everything that begins with a dot or a period. And that folder in question is this one. So when you click on Themes, whether you did it from the welcome screen or here, it checks to see if this folder is here. If it is missing, it auto-generates it. Every single Linux distribution that I deal with, I install mouse pointers here. Mouse cursors. Linux Mint calls them mouse pointers. Other distributions call them cursors. But a lot of distributions, how to activate them are done differently. Like on a GNOME desktop, you usually do it with tweaks. KDE Plasma is a little different, but it still installs them here. More importantly, for the Linux Mint Cinnamon is what we're talking about today. The mouse pointers are installed in here and also the icon sets. So let me point out some things to you. Radioactive is this one right here. If I want Skyrim, that's this one. That's what it looks like. If I need that Pokemon, it looks like that one. So now you know where these are stored. So if I wanted to get rid of them in a hurry, all I do is highlight them and hit delete and they go into my trash can. Installing them is you download them from a certain website and uncompress them and toss them in here. It's that simple. You may not like all of them. You may want to test out a couple of them and then toss the ones out that you don't want. I'm going to switch back to my yellow one. It's a good highlighter. So the icon set, this BUUF blah blah blah, is right here. The candy icons, which is this one right here. They're all in nice containers. Nice little directories or folders. So the sweet rainbow is this one right here. See, the system knows where to find these. The mouse cursors are located in 2 different locations on this system and just about every other Linux distro for that matter. These are usually installed in USR share icons, protected by root permissions. These, on the other hand, are coming directly from the user folder called period or dot icons. So far, so good? Okay. All right, this might work for you in a light format, but maybe in a darker format, they may look better for you. Same thing goes with the candy icons. They look a little different when you're viewing it this way. And the menus, of course, are different. All right, going back to my period icons folder. Switching this over, there's another perspective called Wings. That one is installed right here. I'm going to go back to this BUUF, this one. So now you know where they're stored. Mouse pointers and icon sets are both installed in this folder. And again, when you click Themes, your file manager, Nemo, generates this folder if it's missing. This one right here. I also manually create that folder on quite a few Linux distributions. A lot of different XFCE desktops for different developers. I generate this folder quite often. You can also do it yourself, but all you got to do is click that and it'll generate that folder. You don't have to create it. All right. My last video, I showed how to make these wider if you're interested in wide scroll bars. You'll notice that everything is different as far as the icon sets are concerned, and they do change and make lots of changes on your system. And not, you know, a lot of people may not like these things, or it may be missing icon sets. Again, you can just get rid of them if you don't like something. Maybe they're taking up too many bits and bytes on your hard drive. That's all up to you. You can always get rid of things. But I just wanted to let you see where they're stored. All right, so again, I have icon set. The default is just generally shows up there. Mouse pointer, mouse pointer, mouse pointer. Another name for that is mouse cursor also. Icon set, icon set. They're both mixed in here. The system knows that by looking at the different stuff in here. All right, let's talk about where to get these things. All right, so I'm going to open up Firefox. Are you a subscriber? Like I said, I don't get paid for my videos. I do it for reasons of sharing this for the community. 404 videos currently. I do recommend that you read my mission statement. I also have some links for you down here. So these two go to nonprofit websites, gnome-look.org and xfce-look.org. I think just about every Linux distribution probably gets their mouse cursors and icon sets from here. I could be wrong. But quite a few of these themes you can find on different Linux distributions. Mouse cursors or mouse pointers, same word. You can find all of the cursors I showed you today in here by doing a search, actually, using this search, not this one. Full icon themes. I'm not going to talk about GTK4 themes today because that's what Linux Mint 22 uses, but full icon themes. All right, so let me minimize this for a second and open up my download folder. And let's get rid of whatever's in there to make it blank. Going back to there. So I'm pointing at the icon themes. These are full sets. And again, you can test drive these things out. If they don't work for you, you delete them. Okay, whatever you're into. Whatever you're into. We can try this one out. A lot of times they'll say what kind of desktop they're geared toward. This one looks like Plasma. And it does say Plasma. That does not mean that I can't use them. I can try them out. Okay, if you're not familiar with tar, that's Tape Archive. Tar has been around since the Unix days, like me. Tar.gz is compressed. If you have ever used the backup program, if you are a Mint user for a while, this backup tool, that uses tar, non-compressed. Some people call them their tar ball, tar box. I have nicknames for these things. You also have the same tool in your file manager, believe it or not, that can also do tar.gz or compressed tar. If you want me to prove that to you, I'll take any one of these things. And we can take this mouse pointers and do the compressed thing. There's tar.gz right there. And there's regular tar. All right, we're going to download this. So a lot of these developers get paid. Unlike my videos, I don't get paid for. But there are some supporters for the hard work that these folks are doing. Okay, that's what this is all about. I'm going to download that Vortex Lite, whatever it is. I've never downloaded this thing. We're going to test it out. If it doesn't work, I'm going to delete it. So I'm going to go to the downloads and I'm going to right click and uncompress it or extract here. This should extract into a clean folder. If it does not, then uncompress it a different way. You can also do extract here or open up your archive tool. All right, so this extracted into one of these, and it has an index theme, so I think I'm pretty much ready to go. Right click, cut, home folder. We're looking for this period icons or dot icons. If it's not there, Control H, right? And then you're going to paste it in here. So this one is called Vortex Light icons. So let's go activate those and see what they look like. Go to the icon sets, and it will probably be under these. So scroll down here and find it. Vortex Light. That's what these look like. Again, they do look like plasma. Let's look at our settings manager. And I don't see a lot of blanks in here, so that's a good thing. What I'm looking for is icons that have a question mark on them. File manager looks like that. Control H. It's a bluish looking theme, looks like. And it looks like most of the icons are all here. So I could use that one. But if I didn't like it, I can also get rid of it, right? Let's go back to that one. So if I wanted to get rid of it, it would be Control H, period icons. Let's see what's in my trash. I'm going to empty that if you don't mind. Go back to the same folder. And this Vortex Light, I'm going to hit the delete key. It's now sitting in my trash waiting for me to do a restore if I change my mind. Now I'll need to close and reopen to let you see that it's gone. So it's currently loaded where? I think it was, oh, it's already refreshed. Interesting. It didn't used to do that before. I used to have to close and reopen. So the Vortex icons should not be here anymore. So W, Y, nothing there. If I change my mind, I would just go into my trash can and restore. And let me see if if that updated itself. I heard it refresh, or at least I thought it did. Yeah, there it is, right there. Normally you need to close and reopen this box. At least on Linux Mint 21.3 it worked better. But if you want to be absolutely sure, do that. You want to do it the old-fashioned way, do that. Keep in mind I'm still using that Devo panel, so I will switch this to the Linux Mint one and get a full panel bar. If I choose now to turn this extension on, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. Transparency has 3 levels. With shadow, fully transparent, and semi. Transparent panels can be found in here. Your graphics card and has to support that to make it look nice. So anyways, a lot of people try to install Cinnamon on super old computers also. Please keep in mind that Cinnamon does require some resources. So if your computer, let's say, is 15 years old or so, you may want to try and accept CE desktop. It's more forgiving on older computers. All right, I know we try to push the envelope on all this kind of stuff. I'm going to turn this back off. So now the panel lights back up. Because if you use the Devo one, let me click that on, this one here, and you have this turned on, you'll get some weird effects. Now you can see part of the icons, but this text is, and these icons look like they're grayed out. Okay, so let's try the with shadow. I'm still not able to see these very good. And fully transparent, not so much. Everything looks like it disappeared. Unless I'm using a very light background. Okay, I usually like this mode here. But in this case, not for this one. So if you're using this Devo one, you can get it from Add and Remove. You don't have to get it from that same website. So let's cover that one more time. I'm using what icon set? This one. I'm switching back. So if you want this one, again, where do you find it? Your best bet is to become a subscriber. That way you can watch this video at your leisure. Here's the link for it. Again, I have 414 videos. All of these are keyword indexed. As long as you're using a regular web browser, I never recommend you viewing my videos on a mobile device such as a 6-inch screen, because you can't read the text. I don't care what screen resolution you want to adjust your YouTube player to. All right, anyways, you can type in Mint just to make it simple. Or you can type in themes. It starts finding all videos that have that keyword in it. There's 21.3 custom themes. Also for LMDE6. There's one for MX and others. Closing. So you can mix and match. Again, not everything is perfect. And if you find that you're missing icons, there is a couple of ways to fix it, but more importantly, a lot of people don't want to deal with doing custom icons, so they delete things. And you can, just by going into period or dot icons and doing a manual deletion. And then you can always do a restore. You can also not bother to install any of this stuff. You have plenty of other icon sets to play with. And also the additional themes that are in here. Again, this is all your choice of spicing up your desktop. The Linux Mint logo is done this way. Right-click on it, configure, click that, and find a different one if you like. The standard Linux Mint logo is this one. Okay. Not really going to get into custom icons today as far as that logo, but I'm capable of doing that also very, very quickly. And that may be another video for another day since I'm at 21 minutes. The text is all done from here. So you've been watching this Linux Mint 22 Cinnamon. That's what this is. My custom stuff. If you like to type in anything like Bob's computer, Bob's Linux, Mary's Linux, Joe's Linux box, whatever text you want to toss at it. Okay. Icon size also can be resized depending on the height of your panel. All kinds of choices, as one would say. Kind of different, I know. Control H. Large, small, and in between. Alt and F4. Thank you for watching.